प्यारे मित्रों, नमस्कार। मुझे समग्र अटल जी के उद्घाटन समारोह में आकर बहुत खुशी हो रही है। आप सबको उद्देश्य की शुभकामनाएं। First, I greet all friends. You are all here. Honorable Shri Advani ji, and Shri Nitin Gadkari ji, and Shri Sharat Yadav ji, Madam Sushma Swaraj ji, and Shri Arun Jaitley, Shri Vijay Goyal ji, Chandrakant Patel ji, and Dr. Vinay, and all of you friends who have come from different parts of the country. Friends, I am indeed delighted to address and interact with all of you at the launch of Samagra Athal, which is a mega documentation project of collecting, compiling, and digitizing the entire spoken and written work of Sri Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji. I am very happy to know that RMP is organizing this colossal mission, and I am told that RMP has certain core competence work on this mission. My greetings to all the dignitaries, researchers, and guests present here. When I am here at the launch of this momentous mission, I would like to share my views on the topic. I have come specifically to project Atalji. Whatever we do in documentation, he is an inspirational statesman. He is a global leader. So we must focus him not as a party leader. He is beyond party leadership. Let me begin with some personal experience I had with Atalji. I have worked with Vajpayee as a scientific advisor to the defense minister, as a principal scientific advisor to the government, and later as the president when Vajpayee was the Prime Minister of India. In the year 1980, we at ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization, had successfully launched SLV-3, a rocket system, which put the Rohini satellite into orbit. To celebrate the success and to honor Professor Satish Dhawan, as Srimati Indira Gandhi ji, Prime Minister, organized a meeting of the Parliament Science Forum. In that meeting, Prime Minister and many members spoke about how India was proud of the space community and its achievements. In the same meeting, Sri Vajpayee, then the leader of the opposition, congratulated and embraced me for putting India into the space club. That was the beginning of our association and the friendship. The connectivity continued then on during the PAC meeting, where as the chairman of the PAC, Sri Vajpayee always used to provide a great support for the science, technology, and defense program. Later, in the 1990s, during my tenure as scientific advisor to the Raksha Mantri, he always used to ask me, "Aapka Pokhran kaisa hai?" I used to say, "Pokhran bahut khoobsurat hai." Today, when he has completed 86 orbits around the sun, when Vajpayee completed 86 orbits around the sun, I am reminded of a great event when Lord Krishna reveals universe in the Vishwarupa Darshan. When Arjuna sees the Vishwarupa, Arjuna says, "O Kesava, I see in you the light of thousands of suns." Yes, on that day, under the earth had witnessed a galaxy of suns. Now we see the actions of Sri Vajpayee bringing light to so many missions on the earth, above the earth, and under the earth, for putting the nation on the great path of progress. And this compilation will definitely serve as a source of inspiring the nation through this mission. Vajpayee as a poet, I have seen and cherished the beauty I have seen and cherished the beauty of thoughts portrayed in Vajpayee's poetry. I would like to recall one of the poems, Unchai, which touched my heart. He says that in the poem that the man achieves and achieves. The achievement takes him to heights, higher achievement. It finally takes him to loneliness. Is loneliness a blessing or a curse? He asked. That's what he asked. He asked, of course, he has given a beautiful answer in this poem. He says, man is a mighty creation of God. His mind makes happiness. Happiness should be the thick friend through various events all around you. He concludes in his poem, my Lord, never let me climb so high that I can't bend down to embrace another human. Deliver me ever from such arrogance. This is the poem. Now, friends, I have a guy with me. He's a close friend of mine. His name Dhansham Sharma. Suddenly, he will sing a song, a poem of Atalji. Would you like to hear his poem? He's a good guy.
उसकी कुछ पंक्ति है, 2-3 पंक्तियां हैं. गीत नया गाता हूं, हार नहीं मानूंगा, रार नहीं ठानूंगा, हार नहीं मानूंगा, रार नहीं ठानूंगा, काल के कपाल पे लिखता मिटाता हूं, गीत नया गाता हूं, गीत नया गाता हूं. धन्यवाद.
You know, he is working in my office. Suddenly he will sing of Atalji's song. So I thought you must hear him. Today, I recall a human being and a leader has created indelible impression in the minds of every Indian, inspiring the hearts to dedicate themselves for the service of the nation. Let me share with you some thoughts and suggestion on how the mission of Samgraha Atalji can be conducted to optimize its impact and inspiration to the nation and its people. These for our organizers. I have got suggestion for the mission. Friends, all of you would agree that Atalji is a leader of the masses and the nation. He is not just a person and the nation. He is the leader of the nation. Whether in opposition or in the government, a definitely database of his work will spread throughout the nation and the world. We may like to enlist what will be the purpose and audience of his compilation. According to me, there are 4 major aspects of here. Number 1, inspiring the youth, especially the young leaders of the nation at all levels through the experience of great leader and his work. When we study Atalji, it should inspire the young people. Through this compilation, we may like to promote a spirit in India that the nation is above all political parties. Nation is above all political parties, religion, caste and creed. Hence, it is also important to release this book simultaneously in multiple languages. It would serve as a beacon to the foreign nation about the iconic leadership India was given by Vajpayee. This compilation, which is beginning as a book, may later evolve into an exhibition, museum, or even a movie on the life and work of Atalji. I was asking myself, how we generate a book on the great life of Vajpayee? Let me share some suggestions. Number 1, the compilation should vividly cover his childhood and background of his great parents and the environment he was brought up in. This would serve as an inspiration to the parents and children of the nation. Hence, we have to deploy at least 5 researchers at PhD level to visit his birthplace and parenthood and do the research and write this. Next one is the education period. His teachers and his transformation in politics towards a national leader and then global leader. While compiling this work, we also need to lay a special emphasis on the difficulties he faced and how he overcame them. This can be a few interviews from his classmates, if available, any of his teachers and his childhood friends. Third one, as a Prime Minister, he spoke number of times at the Parliament and also during the address to the nation at Independence Day. His thoughts and ideas expressed there would be vital coverage in this compilation. Fourth point, the compilation may like to cover, analyze, address the United Nations, Commonwealth at different points in history and thus evolve a research around his perspectives on foreign policy. Finally, all Indian embassies can write about his visits and experiences to various nations. Last one is book and thoughts, particularly those expressed in poetry, vividly describe his attitude and personality, they should serve as an important resource for the compilation. As a Prime Minister, he was responsible for a number of mega developmental projects. This compilation can highlight them and thereby spread the agenda of development for developmental politics and its need in the modern times. The compilation may like to cover the special relationship of Atalji with his constituency for decades, the city of Lucknow. It would be relevant to study his work and life in his own political constituency. A personality like Atalji is a public figure and he has always lived in the hearts of the Indians. Hence, it will be important to involve the people at a large as a part of this compilation. We can consider immediately publicizing a website called www.samagraatalji.in for this compilation, which should be open source, and within the period of 2 months, we should garner the people's views, experience and thoughts about him, which will be a vital source of knowledge about Atalji. Last one, similarly, the editors and researchers may like to identify about 50 people who have at different stages of time and in varying capacities worked with Atalji. These people may be interviewed and their thoughts and opinions would be imperative element in this compilation. Respected friends, I would like to share with all of you personal view on the mission which we are all embarking upon compiling Samagra Atalji. I have worked with Atalji in various capacities and I have seen him talking to the parliament, at Red Fort and many international forums and personally worked with him closely. One thing I want to make it clear, Atalji is a man of unity, man beyond parties, and we have to focus him. And we have to focus Atalji in the compilation as a great human being with a vision, integrity and creative leadership. We should not confine his personality to any party, otherwise the value of the book with a limited and to be particular section of the nation only. The book should represent him as a statesman, and the world-class statesman who loves the nation, its people, and is beyond any particular group. Since we are all gathered here to discuss on this compilation work of a great leader, in conclusion, let me share some thoughts about leadership. Dear friends, I have seen 3 dreams which have taken shape as a vision, mission and realization. A space program of ISRO, Agni program of DRDO, and Pura providing urban amenities becoming the national mission. Of course, these 3 programs succeeded in midst of many challenges and problems. I have worked in all these 3 areas. I would like to convey what I have learned from the leadership from these 3 programs. I see the leadership experience Atalji in everyone. Leader must have a vision. Atalji had a vision. Leader must have a passion and to transform the vision of the nation. Leader must be able to travel into an unexplored path. He traveled. Leader must know how to manage a success and failure. He did it. Leader must have a courage to take decisions. Leader should have nobility in management. And every action of the leader should be transparent. Leader must work with integrity and succeed with integrity. For success in all the mission, it is essential to have creative leadership. Atalji had the creative leadership, and when I look at the life and the leadership of the Atalji, definitely I believe, and we have to focus him